The top of the to-do list for the next president, of course, is the fiscal cliff. Will it get resolved before the end of the year? Joining us from Houston now with his plan to help fix the problem is Representative Kevin Brady. He's a Republican from Texas, senior member of the House Ways and Means Committee. Representative Brady, welcome. Good to have you with us.
Thanks, Tyler. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk specifically about the fiscal cliff and what will happen after the election. And let me ask you just very pointedly, and I hope specifically, what will you do specifically to help the country avoid the fiscal cliff? And as a second question, what, if anything, are you willing to sacrifice to give to ensure that we don't go over the cliff?
Well, absolutely. One, I think it's irresponsible to drive off this fiscal cliff. And as House Republicans, we've already voted to actually extend all the tax cuts, to do fundamental tax reform next year, to spur more revenue growth, to help balance the budget. And also, the fiscal discipline, the spending discipline that has to be put in place. We think that's the solution. What I worry about is the false choice we've been given right now, which is either drive off that cliff and risk another recession, or raise taxes on the job creators and the professionals that actually would help get us out of the economy. I just think creating tax increases where we have fewer, lower wages, less jobs, and less investment in America, that isn't a good choice either. So I think the middle ground, the balanced approach is fiscal restraint, spending restraint, coupled with economic growth. That's how we'll get out of this hole.
You understand this problem, this issue, a hell of a lot more in a more detailed way than I do. Do you truly believe in your heart of hearts that growth and spending cuts together, without any raising of revenue, can solve the long-term fiscal problems that the nation has?
Well, absolutely. Actually, if you combine spending restraint with economic growth, you create the revenues that actually balance the budget. And in truth, that's the only solution that does it in a way that also creates jobs as we do it. What we do know is that raising taxes won't balance the budget.
Right.
We could double everyone's taxes in America. In truth, the President signed $1 trillion of new taxes in place already. Not a dime went to reduce the deficit. All went to more spending. So that balanced approach, economic growth, and new revenues from that, I think that's the solution.
One real area of your expertise is Social Security. And two questions here. Should the payroll tax holiday be allowed to lapse at the end of the year? That's number one. And Social Security seems to me to be a relatively easy fix. How would you fix it?
Well, you're right on both. One, the payroll tax holiday is blowing a hole in Social Security, which, by the way, has faced the largest deterioration in 1 year than in the past 20 years. And disability program will go bankrupt in just 4 years. So clearly we can't, as a nation, keep diverting 1/6 of the revenue stream to that important program. And the solution is, if we want to keep, we really have two options. If we want to keep Social Security as a pay-as-you-go system, eventually over 30, 35 years, raising the age of retirement to 70 and tying benefits to real cost of living increases, that's the solution there. But there's some other options we ought to look at as well, including the Galveston model that allows the option of putting a small amount of money in a pooled system, interest-bearing accounts that generate more revenue for younger workers. You're right. Social Security is much easier to solve, and it's ridiculous that we've waited this long to solve it.
Congressman, thank you very much. Kevin Brady of Texas, we appreciate your being with us.
Thank you.
You bet.